One of the most important things, I believe, for a dementia patient is your community. And I mean your personal community, your family, your friends, old mentors you've had along the way, people you've mentored along the way. It's important to keep in touch with people, and they will help you keep in touch with the world around you and even sometimes yourself. Um, it's hard to understand our own actions sometimes looking from inside, and it's hard to see changes and things like that. And you can see some of that through your community. Now, this is not to say the community is really going to be easy to um, connect with because dementia makes them uncomfortable. I have good friends that people I've known, I've worked with and hung out with for years who rarely call me, rarely touch base with me. And one of them admitted that it was because she was just uncomfortable and she expected me, every time she did call me, she kind of expected me to be further gone. And so far, she doesn't see much of a difference, but of course, she's not around every day. Um, but it gave me an understanding of what my friends and family go through. They've got busy lives, they've got kids. I have friends with kids who are in trouble and that sort of thing. And it turns out I've got things to offer them. Um, I've worked with at-risk youth in my distant past, and I had a friend who did not know that, and he said, "I should have called you weeks ago." Well, yeah, I could have used you weeks ago, uh, and so we had a good, honest talk about what I'm going through, my fears, my concerns, um, the things I'm unsure of, and it was a helpful conversation for me, and it will be for you. But you're going to have to help your community be there. You're going to have to get out yourself and talk to them and destigmatize this disease. You don't disappear all at once. You don't just wake up one morning and everything's gone and you don't know who anybody is. And um, I had one friend said, I keep thinking it would be nice because then I wouldn't be responsible for anything. And I said, well, wrong. Not true. So I'm calling my friends and I'm talking to them about what I'm going through and I'm talking to them about what they're going through, just like friends do. Um, I still do have a couple of mentorees who reach out to me for project management questions, and I'm still able to answer them and help them. I've written a couple documents in the last few months for former mentorees. Um, so I've still got something to offer. And it was important for me to realize that I had that to offer. Um, I don't walk, I don't very well, and I don't drive. And so I am here at home a lot, and a lot of the time by myself. And it's a chance to experience some new things. I'm actually trying my hand at writing um, fiction novel. We'll see how it goes. Um, but those are the things that I can do. And the main one I wanted to communicate to you this time is that it's also on you to help your friends deal with your disease. There's just such a stigma on mental health, and no one really wants. They kind of get this kind of ew feeling when mental health comes up. Well, my mental health is not just that I've gone psychotic or something. It's a physical health, And sometimes people who aren't in the know, who never had a relative or never dealt with it, don't understand what you're going through. And it's important. And I think this goes with any time you're in a challenging situation and you're talking to your friends. You need to let them know how you're doing, what you're dealing with, what your plan is. Um, Heck, I'd just like to have some of them take me out for a drive once in a while. My wife does it pretty regularly, but it'd be nice to have somebody just come by and take me over to the pub for a drink. And there's a nice one, not too about a block and a half from here. And when they hear that, they all get a big smile on their face because we've had some good times doing things like that. And I can see them realize that they are missing something that they can still have, which are the laughs. I like to tell stories and I like to tell jokes. And they miss that. And when I tell them I can still do it, and I prove it to them and tell them stories and tell them jokes, you can see them relax. And, I've got some friends who are working on their schedules, and they're trying to find some time that we can get together and hang out. And a lot of times that's all I need. I just need someone to hang out with. Someone who understands where I've been, what I've done. But it was on me to help them get to that point. They read online about Lewy body dementia, and what they read scares them. And people don't like to be scared. And I tell them, listen, I'm the one who's got the disease. If I'm not scared, and I am a little, but I'm not paralyzed with fear, then they shouldn't be either. I fully expect jokes about my memory. I tell a few myself. And I like to tell people I'm not responsible for anything because somebody tell me, don't forget we need to do this. And I'll say, right. The man who's losing his mind, you're going to have remember this. Okay, good idea. But I still can. Most things I can remember. Names are gone. Only people that I'm really, really close with do I always remember their name. People I've met recently or such, it's more of a struggle to remember names. And that's a change for my friends, and that makes them uncomfortable. So then the thing to do is we need to talk about it. Is it surprising I can't remember names? No. Is it surprising I'm having trouble with hand movements and I'm not able to type as much anymore, which is, real hell for a former computer techie. But just remember that these are your friends. You became friends for a reason. Now, you may have a few that just aren't up to it. They just aren't up to it. Release them with some grace and just let them, check in with them once in a while, see how they're doing, just like you did before. And if they don't call you back, don't be upset. Don't be disappointed. Well, you can be a little disappointed. But you don't have to cut them completely out of your life. But just know that when you're in a jam, that's not one of the people you want to go to. You want to go to one of the people who is committed to being your support system. So again, it's a matter of just handling this all with grace and with a lot of forgiveness. I've had people say things that were a little insensitive, specific to me, and that's fine. They were actually just thinking out loud. What was in their little minds was coming out their little mouths, and it was misinformed. And, I informed them. And, and a couple of those people are remaining part of my support system. Probably not my first tier support, but they're part of my support system. So don't forget your friends, and remember, you need to help them. If you're bored out of your mind because you can't work and you can't drive and so many things you can't do, talk to your friends. Help them understand what you're going through, because heck, another year down the road, they could be right behind you. And they'll remember that you were able to talk to them about it, so why can't they talk to their people about it? And you. This world is about what we do for each other. I mean, that's really all this all comes down to. So remember that. Enjoy and love your family and friends. And lean on them. A lot of them got big, broad shoulders. And they'll help you get through the new developments, drug reactions, all those things that are part of our lives as dementia patients. So until the next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll be back with more thoughts later on. Thanks. Bye.